Hey, this is Kyle, and I'm bringing you how to sell your first house. And if you're in real estate, most people just tell you, hey, put a sign in the yard, put it on the MLS, and say a prayer that somebody else brings the buyer. But you want to be strategic in how you actually list the home. And so I'm going to be talking about how to sell your first house. And this is important because if you don't know how to sell your first house, you're not going to know how to sell the other homes down the road. A lot of times people will get lucky and they may actually sell their house accidentally, but they didn't really do anything. And if you're starting a business or selling a house or whatever it is, it's almost like you're pushing a car up the hill, starting at zero, and you're pushing, and it takes so much effort, so much extra effort to actually get the tires moving. And then once you get them moving, you can build momentum, and then you can kind of ride that car down the hill. The number one thing starts with video and photos. So if you don't have the proper video and photos, when people are scrolling through the MLS, they're looking at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes. So actually to attract, it's almost like you want to have a hook, right? What is that hook, that attraction that's going to get people to actually click on your home besides just the price and a decent looking photo? I always put some type of color in my photo. So whether it's photoshopped in or we try to time it right with the way the sky is setting, but you always want to put some type of color in it, because when you're looking through, it's almost like, you see the McDonald's sign, it's big and yellow, or you see branding, it's all the branding actually has color to it. So you want to make sure, and I actually use box browning. I'll leave a link below, and you can go and use that link. It costs like $4 to throw up some color in the sky. You also want to have the right video. So I actually put on the listing to put in to see the video, go ahead and text this number. So I'm actually collecting leads. So what we'll actually do is we'll put say, hey, to watch a video walkthrough, text, beautiful home on the beach or beach home or whatever it is to this number, and we'll collect those leads in a whole different profile. And I'll leave a video up here for you guys to check that out on. It's a completely different video, but it shows you step by step on how to do that. So you want to have a proper video walkthrough, because you're actually showing the home and you're selling the home. And so homes today, people just are shopping online. People are buying cars online. People are buying homes online. It's just how the industry has changed. And so to have a proper video walkthrough of the home where you're giving detail that they wouldn't get by just scrolling through a 360 walkthrough, but this is actually you giving the details on the home, and it's going to go a long way with your seller. And you can actually distribute all of this content to past buyers, current buyers, past sellers, and you're showing them that you're actually being active and not just like throwing it on the MLS. So video and photos are huge. It's the number one thing in selling. All right, the second thing in selling your house is actually the copy. So many people just throw up whatever copy and they don't actually explain or bring in, and you're telling a story. So anytime you're selling a house, you're actually telling a story. So you need to draw in the reader and give detail and ask questions. One of the major questions or kind of formulas I give at the very beginning of my content, and this is a huge hack right here, is I ask a question like, hey, are you looking for a home that can make you $100,000, right? Because it's an additional Airbnb house. So I ask that question. Then I give some type of value statement, which I kind of did in the question, but I say this home over the last year made $115,000. Imagine what that can do for your lifestyle. And then I put in some type of push away or some type of hurry up. Like airplanes or companies do this all the time, right? They say, hey, 2 seats left, 4 seats left, 5 seats left. And so you can say, hey, this is the only home in this area available, and it's going to go quick, right? So you're creating some type of urgency for them to reach out to you. And then you close with some type of call to action, right? And you have to be careful with the call to action, especially within the MLS and the guidelines. So, if it's on the Facebook or Instagram, you can do whatever call to action you want. If it's within the MLS, you have to make sure, and I would go check the rules on figuring out what that specific call to action is. But you can just say, hey, make sure you reach out and get a video walkthrough, or make sure you reach out to get the numbers, or make sure you reach out, and you don't have to say reach out to me. You can just be very generic with it, because this is going to be going on all the other real estate agents' site. So you also want to make sure that you put in some type of imagining for them. So you want to say, picture the day that you and your wife are here enjoying a sip of wine, looking at the views. Picture the day where, you know, you get to wake up and you're not told what to do because you're on vacation and you're actually making money on the house at the same time. Picture the day, right? So you're helping people picture that day. And so you're bringing them actually in to you're drawing them in, and so you're attracting them. You're not just giving them a bunch of data. Hey, it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and da da da. I mean, you're not giving any value. So video and camera is huge. The second thing is the copy. So the third thing is actually just prospecting. So going and just letting the neighbors know that the home is for sale, reaching out to your database, letting people know that the home is for sale. You can actually do some data mining, and if you go ahead and give us a follow and a like, and give us a comment, I'll make sure I send you exactly what I use to do data researching, so I can figure out like, hey, I want somebody who is net worth $10 million, and I want to make sure that they like to ski and they like to snowboard and they like to fish and hunt and all these criterias, and it gives me all their data. And then I can just sit down one morning and make 10, 15 calls and send them the video walkthrough, send them the information. So I'm actually prospecting the home. And this goes a long way, because maybe this person doesn't specifically like this home, but they know who you are now. They know, hey, when I want to move to Colorado, or I want to move to Scottsdale, or I want to move to Florida, that this is the guy I'm going to go with, because they're actually doing something. They're actually taking action. And so it goes a long way when you can show the person on the other side of the phone, the other side of, you know, the person you're talking to, that you want to take action. All three of those things are action steps. So if it's video, camera, you got to make sure that your photos and video are on spot. So make sure you hire the right photographer. I'll leave a link below for our photographer. He'll fly out, he'll shoot you. And the second thing that you'll want to do is the copy. Copy is huge. And the third thing is actually prospecting, and prospecting properly. So that's what top 3 things on how to sell your first home as a real estate agent. And this is something you should do for no matter what listing it is. If it's your millionth listing, you want to make sure you're doing these things.